Shalom, Call Halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Chakudash, the ones the apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to brothers in the house and byways, doing the work sincerely and faithfully and continually fighting the good fight of faith. Lord, one we're finding that number to be delivered. Alright, so it's going to speak a little bit about the outages that happened up in Canada and how the people were unsuspecting, how the people had no idea what was coming down the pipe. Alright, so I'm going to start off with this quick article. It says, this is the Independent, and it says, internet outages leave millions of Canadians without access to internet, ATM machines, and 911 lines. All right, and just this in the title alone says a whole lot, because when this thing really starts to drop out the bottom, you know, access to communication, access to money, and access to help, you know, those are the three components that people rely on every single day, man. And once these things start dropping out, once these things start getting cut off, this is when you're going to see anarchy. This is when you're going to see a very, very hostile place, man. And right now, it doesn't appear to be that way because, you know, the whole world isn't out of order. You know, I guess they're slowly getting services back to different, you know, regions of the area. But to know that when this goes down, and it goes down on a permanent level, so to say, it's going to get ugly, man. So I'll read a little bit of the article. What's going on here? It says, a massive network outage from one of Canada's largest telecommunications companies left millions of people without mobile and internet service, while an untold number of essential services such as ATM transactions, 911 calls, and transportation services were also impacted by the crash. All right? So, once again, what is affected is every aspect of the necessities of life, man. You know? And then it stumbles over into the stores, into the food industry. All these things are starting to boil over, man. The pot is slowly boiling. Now, right now, I believe this was just a test, you know, to see how these people are going to react, because Esau likes to do, you know, dry runs or simulations. That's what he likes to do. All right? It says, Rogers Communications Incorporated, a Toronto-based company, offered no explanation for the blackout, nor provided a turnaround as to when full service will be restored to their millions of customers. And once again, they don't have to tell you a damn thing, man. They cut the switch, hit the switch, and that's it. Leave you in the dark, figuratively and literally. Okay? It says the outage, which began early in the day on Friday, lasted for more than 15 hours as debit transactions, first responders, court proceedings, airlines, and even hospital procedures were stipend, okay, alongside general internet and mobile access for customers across the country. So it's just a leap towards what's to come, man. All right, so I'm not gonna read too much on that. You brothers get the gist. Let me see here. This is 2 Ezra 6, 4. This is 2 Ezra 6 and 22. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Right, because ultimately what's going to... Yeah, so, you know, it's going to come to a point where this is exactly what's going to happen when the electricity goes out. You know, and more you're hearing about these financial analysts speaking about the crash, you're speaking about the dismal, you know, future of America and the financial system. You're hearing about the uncertainty of the employment, and now, you know, more so as well, you're hearing about these rolling blackouts or the loss of electricity. All right, these are all the things that are now on the horizon. And what these analysis and what these, you know, analysts, what they fail to realize is these things are being done by the hand of Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai. All right, they're being done by the Lord. So there's not going to be any real bounce back to normalcy, if you will, or that status of, woof, we made it through the woods. There's not going to be any bounce back, man. But instead, there's going to be a lot of death. There's going to be a lot of chaos. There's going to be a lot of sickness, illness, disease. All right? Once they start shutting electricity off and power off, this is what breeds. This is what's going to be bred. All right? Continuing on. Let me play this quick interview.
Millions of Canadians don't have access to the internet or cell phone service. A massive outage is affecting a number of Rogers services across the country, including a wide range of businesses that rely on the company. Natasha Fata is tracking this story for us. Tell us more, Natasha.
Diane, it has been a headache for people right across the country. I'll give you a small sampling of what I had to go through this morning. So like any unhealthy news junkie, I roll out of bed to look at my phone to see what's happening on Twitter and the news. Oh, Twitter's not working. Okay, phone's not working. Let me get online to see what's happening with work email. Can't get online. Well, I better watch TV. Oh, TV's not working. Let me call Paul, our senior producer, and let him know I'm having trouble. Guess what? My phone isn't working. So that's just what every Rogers customer, basically right across the country, is dealing with. And just a short while ago, Rogers issued a statement hours after people had been dealing with this headache and not knowing. So let's bring up their statement on Twitter, which they say, "We know how important it is for our customers to stay connected. We are aware of issues currently affecting our networks and our teams. We are fully engaged to resolve the issue as soon as possible, and we will continue to keep you updated as to when we have more information to share." Okay, so what we don't get there is any kind of clarity as to why this happened in the first place, and perhaps more importantly, when it's going to be resolved. Let's show you a couple of maps to indicate that this really is a nationwide problem. Anytime you see those specks of yellow, orange, and the heat of that.
Now, let me stop it right here. All right, so those red areas are the areas that were mainly affected. All right, so these things are going to be known as what they call a rolling blackout. It's going to hit everywhere. It's going to hit the United States. It's going to hit it hard, man. And all you internet junkies, you Facebook junkies, you people who can't really function without having that cup of coffee, without having that, Facebook where they get on the morning, they do all kinds of, this is how I'm feeling, all that bullshit. You people are going to suffer, man. You're going to suffer. And believe it or not, that also brings on a certain type of, what's that word I'm looking for? Craziness is the word I'm looking for. Psychoism, whatever. I can't think of the word right off the rip. But it also brings on that type of behavior where people start getting crazy because they can't get that fix. Believe it or not, this internet is like a drug. That Facebook shit is like a drug to a lot of you people. And if you can't have that morning, posting your destination or posting whatever you're doing in that morning, you're going to go through some withdrawals, man. All right? But let me play a little more.
That red, that gives you a sense of the concentration of areas and where the people are most greatly affected. You can see specifically in the Greater Toronto area, not surprising because that's where the heaviest concentration of the Canadian population is. And so people there are frustrated, but it goes beyond individual frustration like mine, which I just described to you, Diane. The issue is we've got police services right across the country saying 911 calls are not getting through. In fact, the Toronto area police are telling people, get to a landline. But if your landline is Rogers, that's not working either. Businesses can't use debit cards and they can't use Interac. Interac has confirmed that their services are down. Transportation systems are having difficulty. Go Transit, Ottawa, Carleton area transportation has said they're having difficulty. And as if things weren't bad enough with air travel, Air Canada says our contact centers are currently experiencing technical issues. All of this connected to what's happening with Rogers. Hydro One providing power to so many people in Ontario. They are dealing with difficulty. So it really is a huge issue. And our team here at CBC News Network.
All right, so you get the understanding. All right, every aspect of life is going to be interrupted. And now most people who, they'll be patient for a little while and they'll sit tight. Okay, we'll just ride it out. It'll be back on in no time. But I believe this outage lasted over 15 hours. Okay, and when shit really starts going down, and the grids really start getting shut down, it's gonna be days, man, days upon days. Here you have 911, you can't get a hold of anybody for help. You can't go to the hospital to get treatment. You can't go to the ATM to get money to buy foods and the goods and services. It's gonna be all out hell out there, man. You know? And if you want to take heed, take heed. But if you think it's all bullshit, you're gonna soon find out, man. You're gonna soon find out. This is 2nd Ezra 15, and I'll start at 18. I mean, damn. We all understand. We know, but I'm just gonna start at 18 for time's sakes. It says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." And these are the things that are going to be happening, because if you don't have the ability to call 911, or you don't have the ability to seek some type of emergency service, people are going to be afraid, man. People are going to be deathly afraid. And not to mention, when people start to realize there's no access to these services, then you're going to have people just going all out ham on people, as the scriptures are going to state. It says, "And the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, and man shall have no pity upon his neighbor." Right? And does it make sense, right? It's a blackout. There's no electricity. You may want to seek to have some food. You may seek to have some type of remedy for yourself. And if you don't have it, you damn sure gonna go get it. All right? And man shall where are we? "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation." These outages, once they come, it's gonna bring great tribulation. You heard that communications lady. This service was out, that service was out, that service was no good. They couldn't do this and they can't do that. Think about it, man. You can go a couple hours and be patient enough to wait for it to shit to pop back on. But when it starts wearing and bearing down on you to the point where it's, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, maybe, a couple weeks, who knows what's going to bring, man? Who knows what kind of, spirit's going to bring out of people when that time starts going down like that. Continuing on. It says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation." And this is what's happening, all right? So just be prepared, man. You've been warned. You people have been warned. And you're not going to take heed to the warning until it's at your goddamn doorstep. Until you wake up that morning and there's no electricity. When you go out the house and figure, all right, the power's out in my area. You drive down the road to get some gas. The gas pumps ain't working. Then you try to pull the door open to the store to go into the store, and the doors are locked. You people are gonna be screwed, man. Anybody outside of this thing of ours, you're gonna be screwed. Well, people say, "Oh, you guys are right there in it." Yeah, we are in it, but we understand what's happening, man. We understand what the dynamics of what's going on. It's you unsuspecting people who have no clue and put your trust in this man as if he's just gonna always come and rise to the occasion. All right? So be ready, man. Be on the ready. All right? So this is the last clip. What I'll do with this clip, I'll put the link in the description box. But as you can read the title, it says, "What if electricity went out everywhere, minute by minute?" All right, so I'll put the link. It's a pretty good listen, man. It's a pretty good listen. And as a matter of fact, it kind of pinpoints, some of the things that read in 2nd Ezra. People are going to get irrational. People are going to become unreasonable. All right? And when you're faced with such consequences, your actions stand in your own power, man. All right? So like I said, I'll put the link to this in the description box. You
Join
guys
a
go
night
check
of
it out.
relaxation, catching
It's,
up on the infographic show
pretty
videos
interesting.
you missed during your busy work week. And suddenly, the screen goes black, the lights go out, and the air conditioner turns off. What's going on, you say into the darkness? You stumble to the window and look outside. There are no lights coming from any of the houses in your neighborhood. The glow of the nearby city has been extinguished. The electricity has gone out around.
Alright, so like I said, that'll be in the description box. I'm not gonna waste too much time on that. So Lord willing, brothers are edified, and you know, we're coming into some real perilous times, man. And we're gonna keep bringing it out and keep telling you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. But it's about to get deadly serious out here. And for all those who don't believe and want to laugh and make mockery and always, you know, smirk at the fact that we're out here doing what we're doing, don't worry. You're going to see it real soon. All right, Lord willing, I'll see you brothers another show. I say shalom.